I'm not sure why it just shut off. So this is the side. This is more the east side. It's just around 10 o'clock, a little bit before 10, I guess. So this is what I'm going to be working on my window boxes. But this is all stuff that I did from last year. And then this is what we're going to. Here's the shed. I call it a casita. But this is our next project, because I do have hydrangeas and lilacs in here. Used to have deer fencing around them because the deer loved them, which I found out the hard way. But the birds are great. The chimes were going a little while ago up there. Really nice chimes from, I think, Woodstock, New York. But things are really flowering. Everything's growing. The birds of paradise are about ready to come out. That's what those guys are. This is soil that still needs to go. My worker guy is coming tomorrow, supposedly. Definitely Sunday, but hopefully also tomorrow. But just really, all of these things I planted, and they're really now coming into fruition. But I'm more than likely going to be transplanting a lot of these things out to the septic plateau, because they're doing really well, and this will become a tertiary project. I think I'm going to go this way. So I did these yesterday. These are cyclamen and then some other thing. But like that grass thing, I'm going to transplant that. It's not in a great location. I'm going to transplant that to the back. I mean, this thing is going freaking crazy. I could do the whole bed that way. But I want to take you to the side yard that is still to be worked on. So the left and the right sides, the east and the west sides, are going to kind of mirror each other. I'm going to have that red brick garbage that was found on property. So I want to reuse it. It's the same as on the other side. I want to keep the upper part towards the fence. I'm going to put like arborvitaes, things that really get bushy and just block out annoying people. But that is going to get more soil. It's going to get planted. But this is new, so I'm going to try to keep that more wild behind the flower bed. This I want to keep, you know, stuff that I can work on, just because I can't really get back in there. So the soil's been added here, which has really been a help with my watering, because watering is a beast. But here's the camellia, the red twig dogwood, which you probably know from previous. These are all from last year. So this is new. So now follow the pea gravel all the way around, and then soil. So this is going to be camellias and other big flowering things, and then this is going to be the pea gravel. Is going to come right around here, and then I'm going to shorten up so it's not going to be so much pea gravel, because I have the tanks, the septic tanks, the 3 septic tanks that come, you know, the house that goes out to those guys out there, and then goes over to the plateau. But that's all going to be pea gravel, but I don't want like such a tremendous amount of pea gravel. That's just a lot of rock. So I'm gonna, so you can kind of see where it's gonna go over to here, and then it'll be rock meets red brick, just like it does on the other side. And I'll point that out when we get out there. But you can see the hostas, the wildflowers from last year. Things are just really, the helleborises are just going. The astilbes coming up here big time. There's another one. The deer ended up liking those too. Alright, so this is going to be a little bit of a jump. I apologize. But I just need to get turned. I don't know, maybe it gives some kind of a cool point of view. I don't know. Just for speed's sake. I always do I did this yesterday too. I always do a fuchsia in the this was a gift from, I used to get tons of mugs that says A+ teacher. So these are the bird of paradises. Columbine right there. I'm not sure what that thing is, but I planted it. It's getting big and bushy, which was the goal. But sorry, I need to kind of I have no idea what you guys are seeing, but things are just really going great. I still can't drive yet, so it's been it's exhausting. Walking with this thing, the lilac, about ready to do its thing. Got some lavender. These things are all just going crazy good, these ground covers. I like that look of like ground covers kind of cascading over rock. Just seems very organic. Got some more columbine. Forsythia's already bloomed. Check this out, folks. The white azaleas are starting to come out. You can kind of see them there. They're interspersed. And then these red rhododendrons, folks, have just been spectacular. Like, freaking spectacular. I'm really happy with the umbrella pine. I think I may do another umbrella pine or some other unique thing, evergreen, for the other corner, the corresponding corner over there. And then, but I mean, this red, I've never seen this red in rhododendrons. I usually see like purples and pinks, which I'll show you are happening. Plus, I'll be able to show you the clematises, which are new. But these azaleas, so it's going to be kind of like white on red. These azaleas have already bloomed. They were like a purple something or other. And then this stuff, I'm not really sure what it's supposed to be doing, but it doesn't really seem to be doing much. I don't see a ton of new growth. But what do I know? So hopefully if the guy comes tomorrow, I'll be able to put my umbrella out there on the picnic table. But the base is over, it's like over 25 pounds, and I just can't maneuver it. That grass is new, that kind of grass, so I kind of have them in the corners here. And, you know, just some variety, and just change the line or line of the eye. Okay, bear with me. We'll do a circuit. I have to open up the garden. And then I need to do this. So I can just imagine what these are going to look like when you've got these white, really white. She told me, the nursery lady told me, good old Denise told me, like rosebud, like a white and I just rotate, and I just let it go for, I don't know, 3-4 hours. It doesn't matter. But feel this out here, folks. How could you not be, except for the occasional car or truck, how could you not be positive out here? So here's the side as I just at. And you got like the tacky banners or whatever those freaking things are. They added 2 more. Not really sure what that's about. So the wildflowers from last year are really going gangbusters. They're much larger at this point than they were last year, but that was because they were from seed. All of these rhododendrons are about ready to bloom, and as we get over towards the garden area, be able to see that much clearer because they're really starting to bloom. These are 3 fruit trees. I don't know which ones are which, but your guess is as good as mine. This is already flowered. It flowered before it even got leaves. But I'm going to... Sorry. I know. Making motion sick. I just don't know of any other way that I can carry it and still grip. Let's see this, folks. Kind of just flower with like a light plat, different variations. So like these, this is going to be like all the, what are they called? Coral bells. They have a different name, but like an official name, but definitely weeding is going to be an issue. But the more plants, the less coverage, so it looks like I've got coneflowers and rudbeckias really starting to come up here. Very exciting. Those are going to be tall. And then I'll do coral bells here, and I'll do coneflowers, rudbeckias. I haven't done really anything with these 2 areas right here, but I'm going to do grasses down over there. I'm probably going to transplant some of these things. I just think they have more impact if they're with like species, only because that's been the hard part, is keeping up with weeds. But adding this extra soil has allowed me to, and the sprinkler has allowed me not to have to stand out here for large amounts of time. And I know, I just can't find a way to... Let's get into the shade here for a second. We'll look back. Okay. So this used to just be scrub rock. It used to be like that soil right there. That had no nutrients in it whatsoever. I mean, look at the red, and the umbrella is going to be red. But just very cool, no? It is exhausting getting around, folks. Actually, everything is still exhausting. Okay, so now we're kind of in mid-yard. So looking back, there's the casita. There's the house. So these are the 2 sides. This is the west side, and then this is the east side. You can tell the sun is coming up. And so they're going to kind of mirror each other. I'm going to keep things wild along the fence and just let it kind of do whatever the heck it wants to do. But then I do want to do stuff in the front, just like over there. I don't want everything to be just weeds and wild growth, but I definitely see a purpose to it. So as we approach the garden, we have 3 more fruit trees right here. These are the strawberries that added. There's one right there and one right there. We'll get a little bit closer. But you can see everything is just going crazy. Some crazy lavenders. I'm not going to go into the soil. But I basically can just cut the yard up into 4ths. And so this is the 4th stop for that. And it overlaps. Which is great. And you can see I've been doing some weeding. That's going to be another thing, but I'm getting a little bit stronger every day. And again, I don't know what these fruit trees are. Oh, actually, that one I think is this is a peach, I think, because it has the tag. The others didn't really have any kind of identification. If you look up here, as you get closer, so my thought process was, when I was at Home Depot, when I got this taken care of, the 3rd visit, which is when they yanked the pin out. Folks, if I told you how horrible that experience was, and I had no notification whatsoever, it was like someone just yanked a bone from your foot. I mean, that thing had been in there for 5, going on 6 weeks. Anyway, so here's the thought process. I have these sun rhododendrons kind of going all the way around, and I just continued it here, so they'll get big and bushy and kind of hide the garden a little bit, and the fencing and the posts. And then, so these are all the same type sun rhododendrons. They're going to be that purple. You can kind of see it right there. And then what I've done is I've added in between clematises, and there are 7 different ones or 8 different ones. I have 2 of the same that are guarding the garden over there on the posts on either side. And clematises, I remember from New York. I always enjoyed them. They can be, you got to have them just the right place, and I think you have to cut them back. But anyway, these are not the evergreen, but I was thinking of getting an evergreen and putting it like right next to the non-evergreen and let them kind of just merge together. And Denise down at Deer Creek, I believe, says she has some, but I just need to, I may go get them tomorrow when I have, if I have the guy's car so he can drive. Also, you could see while we're here, you could see the lettuce. I have red leaf and green leaf lettuce. So, let's keep moseying along. All these ground covers, my test plot, really starting to come in. Can't wait to get that umbrella up. So this is the area that I need to, that I need to improve. So I'm going to basically go out to I don't want to keep saying basically. So you could see where the natural native growth is, right? So I'm going to just let that, it's definitely a work day. And then I'm going to plant my tree seedlings in various locations, strategic locations, which are dogwoods and eastern red buds that I got through the Arbor Foundation. We'll go take a look at them real quick. I don't want to take up everybody's time. But folks, this is just, I mean, if you go back and look at the early videos, I mean, I'd like to think there's been an incredible amount of positive change in this yard. So anyway, this is going to be plants, flowers, all that kind of stuff, Definitely not going to be weeds. So you can almost see, and then I'm going to add soil. I'm not going to add soil really to the natural area, but you can almost see a general line. You know, kind of a natural line right there, which I may follow for part of the park. So these are the two clematises. These are smaller clematises. But they just have like such large, impactful flowers. Like, how could I not? Okay, so I'm opening up. The gate. Which, 20/20 hindsight, I don't know if I really need. But my parsley's coming back that I used a bunch of. It's nice to know that it does kind of keep replenishing. I don't know. This is some English thyme. Whoa, sorry. I know, it's only a little bit chaotic. I just need to have things in the right hands here. How about that? How about that? That's fine. Okay. Whew. That's my English thyme. I wonder if it has. It should have a scent. Smell it? Wow. Wow, that's really nice. Tarragon looks a little peaked. So tomorrow, or whenever the next time he comes, I want to clean up that side over there with the hydrangeas, which is over on the left, east side of the casita. And then I want to clean up, I want to finish up the garden. And have to transplant some things from that other bed over there. And the only place that I don't have the sprinkler working, and it does a 360, is it just doesn't reach over into this area where the wildflowers are in this portion of the garden, and the two Mr. and Mrs. Honeyberry, or whatever the heck they're called. I have no idea when garlic is supposed to be ready. I guess maybe it tells you on the sticker. But I'm excited about that. Lettuce is looking pretty good. These are the seedling trees that I was talking about. Okay, so there's a maple. You can tell by the leaf. There's a maple. There are a couple of different trees in here. And there, those are dogwoods. But I've got to transplant them. And so this is from the reverse side. This is from inside the garden, right? So here's the back side of the clematises, which are right here. And then the rhododendrons, all the purple ones, the sun ones, are all about ready to bloom. So very, very exciting. I'm not real thrilled with the peppers in the raised bed. I don't know what happened. I don't understand why they're not doing better. Same with the tomatoes. I'm planting them as seedlings, not as seeds. And then we have the berry bushes. I don't know which ones are which. There's like 3 blackberry, 3 blueberry. Well, those are blueberries, the ones that have the little yellow, white flowers right there. Take a look closer. I'm just not sure why these plants just too much surface. See, this is the problem. Now we're going to get a lot of weeds. And it looks like they're all dandelions. And the butt dandelions. But see, this is all this was the last stop. So this is all moist, and it was watered. So I don't have to do any of that. I just have to do from like right here, from that box, over, and then the berries. And then I think they snipped one. And then those guys right there, the peas and let's see, I hit and miss. Some do right, some do. Overwatering or underwatering?